everyone, I have Makeup by Nikki LaRose here.
Hi.
And we had so much fun with our last couple of Sephora top seller videos that we decided we're going to do this one more time. And today,
or many more.
Or many more. You guys tell us in the comments.
It's endless categories,
it really is. But today's category is one that we get questions on constantly, and that is
concealer. I'm really excited for this one. I know I said that last time too, but I'm really excited for this one too.
But we just love this kind of topic.
I'm a product makeup junkie.
Yeah.
So.
And you want our opinion?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Let's do it.
Top selling doesn't mean that this is the top rated.
Yes.
This just means that it's getting so much hype that people buy it. That doesn't mean that they love it. They're maybe even buying it for the first time and it's making it to that top sellers list.
Which makes it even more interesting when you start to read the reviews.
Yeah.
Just because it's the top seller does not mean it's like the best.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. All right. So starting with number 8. Hit us with it. If you guys don't know, Anna, our producer, is behind the camera.
Merit the Minimalist Foundation and Concealer Stick.
You know, okay, wait. This one from Merit just came up in another video that we just did.
About this. Yeah. That's so funny.
So neither of us have truly tried it.
No, and we say truly because I've just swatched it. That's it.
And I have just never touched it.
I actually, when I look at that product, I don't look at it as a concealer specifically. I look at it more as like a foundation stick personally. Maybe I'm wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong, but I look at it as like, if I were to buy it, I would be using it as a foundation stick. Primarily.
Yeah. Oh, I can see that actually.
Spot concealing, of course, because it's cream. I want to look at that and think, oh yeah, that's the concealer I want to try for my under eyes. If you're using a stick or a cream, like a heavy cream concealer under the eyes, it's just going to look really heavy under your eyes. It's a heavier product, it's like thicker in consistency, obviously. It's a cream base and you're just not going to benefit as much as you would using a liquid concealer that has a chance to dry down. They're easier to manipulate and to really like blend out into like a perfect finish. They're just a lot more heavy. And when you think about how much movement we have under our eyes and how much expression we have throughout the day and what we're doing, our eyes are always moving constantly. So unless you're really setting that concealer into place, which is going to require probably a lot more powder than you'd want, I would always opt for a liquid concealer for under the eyes. It just looks better, looks more skin-like, looks more fresh. You're going to have less of a chance of it creasing if you properly set it. There's just so many benefits to a liquid concealer versus a cream, heavier, thick formula under your eyes.
Yeah. So. Now, that said, again, because we have not tried this, if you're using it on the rest of your face, maybe a little bit different. I personally think that cream foundations and concealers can be a little bit chalky. I think that's like really my big issue. But there was a stick foundation that I used to love all the time, all over my face, and that was from Hourglass.
Oh yeah, I remember this.
So if this has that same consistency, I can see how people love this because that one was very creamy.
It was
light.
It was really creamy, like a little bit went a long way. It was super. I have them in my kit. I have 2 in my kit. But yeah, they're very like emollient. Like they move around really well. But for this, like if you're not careful and you don't have like really properly prepped skin, it could look really dry. Yeah. In my opinion.
When would you use a stick concealer like this?
Covering blemishes, any areas of the skin that you really want to like fully cover and your foundation is not doing it, then you would go in and that's when I would opt for like cream full coverage concealer because they look the best in the majority of your face. They don't look the best under your eyes. It's just because it's a completely different area with a lot of movement, like I said. So,
all right, I'm going to make a bet that this is truly a top seller. And when I say top seller, it's at the bottom of the list of top sellers, but I'm going to say it's just because it's viral. Like the brand goes viral on TikTok. Like that's really what it is. And I never see actual professionals. There could be some, but I never actually see the professionals that I follow, like true working makeup artists. I never see them raving about this brand. It's always the makeup girlies. Yeah. So I'm curious.
Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't either.
Okay, so we're not going to rate this one since neither of us have given it a
it's not fair
trial.
to rate it.
Yeah, but let's hear what the customers have to say about the ratings. And how many ratings?
4 stars.
4 stars. Okay, that's a good rating.
That's really good.
Just over 1,000 reviews.
Okay, over 1,000. That's pretty good.
It's pretty new still.
Yeah, it's a newish product.
Yeah.
$38. Is that expensive for a concealer?
That's expensive. Yeah. But I mean, you can't, it's multi. So I have to, let's bring it back to the fact that it's multi. It is for foundation and it is concealer. It's both.
38 for foundation, I'd be a little bit more open to.
Yeah. So the fact that it's multi, I take that back. 38 is fine. If it was just marketed as a concealer, I think the 38 is a little steep.
A high-low. Yeah. Let's get a little high-low review.
Let's get some variety.
Absolutely one of my new favorites. 1,000% yes. This concealer is so creamy and blends out perfectly. The packaging is nice, as it should be for a $40 concealer, and it's very luxurious.
Okay, so somebody says it feels
That was a good, thorough review,
That was a really great review, yeah. Let's hear what a negative review says.
Terrible. Terrible. Don't waste your money. I bought this because I saw several influencers raving about this. This is complete crap. It doesn't blend well and settles into every pore and line on your face.
Wow. Okay. All right. So see, this is what I'm saying. Like when you see so many people talking about it on social media, TikTok specifically, it gives this tone that maybe it's just hype.
It's just hype. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hit us with number 7.
Hourglass Vanish Airbrush Concealer.
I love that concealer. I'm a huge fan of that concealer. It's like the equivalent of a full coverage, flawless foundation. It's like that in a concealer form. And it looks so beautiful under your eyes. You need a tiny little dot of it. And like you have full on coverage. It looks so smooth. I put it on Susan all the time.
All the time.
It's one of my favorites. It's a solid concealer.
So I've been lucky enough to have NIKKI use it on me, and it's in her kit.
Yeah.
So I have never had to purchase it.
I recommend this formula all the time. I get so many DMs, so many comments, and I get so many people asking like for suggestions, like for, you know, concealer, powder, all the things, you know. And this is one of the ones I always recommend if you're looking for a flawless full coverage concealer. I like it under the eye. I won't get into too much detail, but I use this formula specifically under the eye, and it is like a miracle on your eye. It is like smoothing, flawless perfection. So I think it's worth every penny.
Yeah. I mean, it's cheaper than the Merit one.
Shockingly.
And I hear professionals rave about this one as well, by the way.
There are a lot of concealers I think are really popular that have really crappy undertones. Like really just miss the mark on their undertones in their formulas. And this one just has beautiful undertones. It works so well. They're easy to mix. They're easy to apply. Like they blend on like skin, and they're just amazing.
That said, the Hourglass one, what do we rate this?
I rate it a 5.
You know what? I'm going to rate it a 4.5 since I've never taken the step to buy it myself.
That makes sense, yeah.
But I do get to benefit from it. And by the way, I think it's a really great price for Hourglass because Hourglass is expensive.
They're so expensive. I mean, there's
there's a lot of expensive, overpriced products, but this product is $36.
And when you think about too, another good point is it lasts you such a long time because you need the tiniest bit of that concealer. Like a little tiny drop of it goes such a long way. So it's going to last you a long time.
What do the customers say? 4 stars.
Pretty good. Okay.
How many reviews?
1.5.
1.5 thousand reviews. Oh.
And this concealer's been out for a minute.
I think it's because it's Hourglass. When you're a prestige brand that's like, you have a lot of expensive products, you're not going to get that many people to come over just to look at your concealers, right? They're going to assume they're overpriced.
Little side note, I love that they carry minis because the minis are a really great way to test out the product to see if you really want to commit to that full size and the full size price and all that. And also too, just like a little side note, if you're a makeup professional and you want to like keep your makeup kit tight and little and compact and lightweight and all those things that I don't do, minis are great for that. So I know a lot of makeup artists that I've run into, that have only the minis in their kit. So it's great for that too. So I love that they offer that. I think it's just a great bonus.
Yeah. Let's hear a high-low review.
I'll never purchase another concealer.
Oh, great. I thought it was bad. Sorry. I'm like, what?
This is a 5-star, right?
Yeah. The best concealer I've ever used. So easy to blend and very full coverage with minimal to no creasing.
Yeah.
Oh.
I agree.
Yeah.
Spot on. That's a great review. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then what is the low review?
Creases every single time. Even if I use a primer, would not recommend.
Even if I use a primer. This is a woman who's trying to mattify and mattify and mattify.
Yeah. First of all, don't use a primer under your eyes.
Yeah.
It's never going to settle under your eyes. It's going to crease. It's too many layers under your eyes. Yeah. So eliminate that. And it sounds like you're using too much.
Yeah.
I'm just going to put that out there. Try using half the amount that you're using. I'm just going to guess that you're using too much because the only time it's ever creased when I'm working with it is when I've applied too much. Yeah. And I can't get it to settle down because it's just too much product.
That makes sense. Number 6.
Huda FauxFilter Concealer.
Okay, so Huda, I know you like this one.
I don't like it. I love it.
Oh, I thought you're...
I love it. But I should warn people.
I don't like it. I love it.
I am a concealer freak. If there's one thing I will shop for and like load my kit up with, it's concealers. I love concealers. This one is stunning. It literally is the title. Like it does not disappoint. It is a faux filter for under your eyes. Beautiful coverage, lays beautifully under your eyes. It actually feels really lightweight too for being more of a full coverage concealer. It feels like nothing really. It feels really nice and like hydrating and just like creamy on your skin. It doesn't feel like cakey. Doesn't look cakey. It's nearly impossible to mess up the application of it, in my opinion, unless you like really overdo it and apply way too much. Oh, I recommend this concealer to people all the time. I think it's just stunning. I don't know why more people aren't like running to pick it up.
Wait. So you've never used this on me, have you?
I've mixed it.
You have?
Yeah. I don't have your exact shade in my kit. So what I do is I'll mix a little bit of a lighter one that I have in my kit. And then I have 2 deeper ones that I will mix and like, you know, just make my own customized color with it. But what I do is I'll mix it with like one of our go-tos, like the Hourglass, or I'll mix it with the NARS.
NARS, got it. Okay. I knew that NIKKI was gonna like love this one. I've heard her talk about her love for this one. I've seen her use this one on herself, like in videos or whatever.
I had to stop using it because that's all I was using. And people were like, don't you want to try this one or that one?
So my question for you is, by the way, and I have not used this personally, besides her putting it on my face.
You would love it. Yeah. I'll tell you right now, you would love it. I know it. I know you would love it.
I
don't know why you have it.
Yes. I don't know why I don't have it.
You need to have it.
I don't know why I don't have it.
I need to figure out what your color is. Yeah. But under your eyes, I mean, for anywhere, honestly, it's a beautiful concealer. You can't go wrong. Like,
okay, well, my question for you is this versus the Hourglass.
It's just different. It's different. The Hourglass is like I said, it's like the equivalent of like a flawless full coverage foundation in a concealer form. The FauxFilter from Huda Beauty feels more like the luminous silk Armani of foundations for concealer.
So a little bit more natural looking.
But still gives you that coverage. So it's just, it's like apples and oranges. It really is like there's different differences.
Yeah, like different moments that you would use these concealers.
Yeah, or for different scenarios. Like if I want, someone to be just completely full coverage and flawless, I will do the Hourglass. But if I want someone to be like daytime, out and about, a little more fresh, but still has a lot of like good coverage that's like, more skin-like, FauxFilter from Huda Beauty is amazing. Oh, they're both great. I don't think you can like eliminate one or the other. They're both great, and it's going to come down to like personal preference too. Yeah. But it's a beautiful, I think Huda Beauty does a great job of almost all of her stuff. You can just tell like there's a lot of work and like care put into her formulations. I think they're like amazing.
$31.
Hey, and I will tell you one more thing too. A little bit goes a long way.
Okay. Well, what do you rate this?
Oh, 5.
I am going to go.
It's easily a 5. Totally.
These turn into shopping videos for me.
I know. I don't have one complaint about the Huda Beauty.
I bought the House Labs the last video we did.
Yeah, I know.
Now I'm going to have to go buy Huda Beauty.
You should though. I don't know why you don't have it yet.
Yeah. I actually, you know why? Because I've got my go-to, and that go-to.
But you're going to love it. I promise you.
Okay.
I know your skin. I know your style. You're going to love it. Okay. Yeah. You'll call me and be like, NIKKI, why didn't you tell me to get this sooner?
I know. Why didn't you?
I feel like I have.
You have, because I've heard you. I knew you
I've talked about it until I'm like blue in the face.
Let's hear what the customer has to say. What are the ratings?
It's like slightly over 4.5.
Oh, so a little over 4.5. That means other people love it too.
Yeah. I'm not surprised.
I am going to buy it.
I'm not surprised. You have to buy it. You have to buy it.
I'm going to go to Sephora this weekend.
Even the applicator is great. It's all great.
Good to know. Let's hear a high-low review.
My new obsession. There's really nothing bad to say about this concealer. It's full coverage, it's brightening, it's silky. It's actually a must-have for any makeup obsessor. Love it.
I love silky.
I have dry skin and it doesn't make me look crusty.
Hey! That's such a good descriptor. I love that review.
That was a great review.
That was a really great review.
5 stars for her review.
Serious. That was a really great review.
I love that she said silky too. Silky is a really great way to describe it. It definitely has like a silky, buttery finish to it.
That's good to know. Okay, let's hear a bad review.
Not for the dry skin peeps. Immediately dried out under my eye area within an hour. Even after I prepped my skin as I normally do. I use a face oil, L10D, UV glow, and skin food cream, if you know, you know. So it's not like I didn't moisturize first. Haha. If you have dry skin or live in a dry climate, this probably isn't for you.
But that's like beyond moisture. Like that's putting on like skin food
is like that's petroleum so jelly on your skin.
It's worse. I mean, it's worse. It's like putting a massive balm that you. I put that on my heels.
Yeah. I use that as like a sleeping mask.
And she's putting on an oil, and she's got sunscreen on. That sunscreen's not even lasting, I'm sure.
I don't think it's a concealer that's going on.
I don't think so either.
Maybe.
I think that's not skin prep. That's skin overdone for makeup, in my opinion. That's nighttime skin.
That just sounds like a nightmare combination to have under your concealer.
It's too heavy. It's just like you might as well put a lot of concealer on too. Yeah. It's the same kind of what you're saying. Like you need to have light layers underneath your eyes specifically.
It's never going to set down. It's just never. It's going to stay wet.
Yeah.
And it's going to slip and slide throughout the day. And it's going to just be like falling down your face.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with putting skin food on your face and oils.
No, for sure.
Nighttime
but you have to be careful of how much product you're going to put underneath your makeup. That's just the way it is.
All right. So the next concealer. Hit us with it, Anna.
Dior Backstage.
Ooh.
Concealer.
Dior Backstage Concealer. This is the one that
it looks like a mini version of the Dior foundation, but like very narrow and tall.
I have very mixed feelings about this one.
I actually do too.
Oh,
I know.
Because we love the foundation. Yeah. My feelings are, I actually do like the way it looks, right? It's a little bit too glowy for a concealer for me. I don't know why. I don't think it's the shade.
No, I feel like you got a good shade.
Yeah, I think the shade is perfect for me. It's a little glowy, but I still actually really enjoy the formula. It's the packaging for me.
Is it the brush?
It's a brush also, which I don't love either. I don't love the brush, but it gets goopy all around the whole top of it. And I don't know why. Like that just stops me from wanting to throw it in my bag and like use it consistently. Like it really starts to get pretty bad over time. And so it just like goops out. Like every time you stick the brush back in, it goops out more. I don't know.
It's almost like an air thing, right? There's too much air that gets pumped in, and then when you're pulling it out, like product comes out with it, and it creates this mess.
And it almost makes me
need like a better stopper, like an in between. Like there's something missing with that packaging where like there's the stopper that's in between is not stopping enough. Like it's not strong enough or it's not tight enough. So too much air is coming in, like you're pulling it out and like all that product's coming out.
And I like it, but I think it's just like maybe it's not enough coverage or something, or maybe it's glowy. Like I've never really stood there and looked at it and thought, what is it exactly? I just know I've been like, I like it. I'll use it if it's what I have on hand, but it's not going to be my go-to.
I agree. And I bought a couple for my makeup kit specifically. I never grab it.
Yeah.
That's one of the ultimate tests for me is if I buy a product or if I receive a product and I put it in my makeup kit, and if I don't think off the top of my head to grab it, that says a lot. I don't remember the last time I grabbed it from my kit. That sounds really bad because when I have used it, it's nice. It's very lightweight, actually. It actually has a very watery consistency to it. And it hurts me because I love the whole Backstage category that they have in the brand. Like I love all those products. So it pains me to say that I don't love this concealer, but there's just something that just doesn't do it for me. I think if I had to pinpoint it, it's too liquidy.
Now, as a highlighter,
great.
I actually think it's really great.
Oh yeah,
like
and that's a good
point.
Like
putting it like in little places. I put it like here before,
down the nose.
Yeah, and it's actually very pretty if you just put a little bit of it.
Oh, that's a really good point.
So what do we rate this?
I'd rate it a 3.
I'm gonna go 3.5. What do the customers have to say?
Slightly over 4 stars.
Oh, it's slightly over 4 stars.
Good for them.
Yeah. Okay.
1,500.
1,500. So not that many reviews.
Not that many. Yeah.
Surprisingly.
5-star review. You need this. Are you kidding? I was so excited to try this product and it did not disappoint.
Ooh.
It's literally so creamy, medium to full coverage. I'm definitely wearing it a lot.
Medium to full coverage.
I wouldn't deem it as a full coverage.
You know what though? You know, like if you think about like the Hourglass one, remember that? Like actually the last couple, whenever they had the negative reviews, you were like, they're probably using too much. I will say it's light enough that you can use a lot. You can be heavy-handed. And you're gonna get like nice coverage still. Like it's gonna be pretty and it's not gonna be
good to hear
it's
that,
not gonna look bad.
Yeah, that's good to hear.
This is the 1-star. Save your money. I wanted to love this, but I just can't. It doesn't do much for coverage, which is fine if you like that, but it also leaks. Hardcore leaks.
This is what I was saying. It gets all over the place. Like I can't throw it in my makeup bag at all. It's not going to travel with me or anything, which is funny because the Dior Backstage foundation travels with me
so well. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. So same thing that we were saying. Like the packaging is kind of like a miss. Yeah. It looks super cute though. Let's just point that out. We got to give it some credit.
That's what I bought. That's like when I see it, I'm sold on the packaging.
Yeah. No, same. That packaging is just... It's so cute. Yeah, it's so cute.
The whole franchise is so cute.
I'm such a sucker for packaging. It's alarming.
Same. All right, we're moving on to number 4.
Ooh, halfway there.
Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Concealer.
Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Concealer. I haven't used it.
So I'm really bummed to say this. I feel like I'm really disappointing people right now because I did a full face of Rare Beauty on my YouTube channel and I went to go buy that and they didn't have the shade that I thought was gonna be my match in stock, in store and online.
This is another stock issue.
It was a stock issue, so I was like, I'm not going to risk just getting whatever color and it not working out. I don't want to be wasteful. I don't want to return it. So like, I just didn't do it. And I feel bad because I had so many people they were like, well, I can't believe you didn't try the concealer. Why didn't you buy the concealer? I'm like, I'm sorry, they just didn't have my color. It's not me. So I still feel bad about it. And I still have a list of products I need to purchase.
I bought the eye brightener after you told me to buy it. We actually bought it together. We were in Milan and walked into Sephora in Milan. Trip. You know, I couldn't not find it in the United States.
Yeah.
Anywhere I could not find it because it wasn't in stock also.
Yeah.
And then we walk into Sephora in Milan and we're just like walking by Rare Beauty. Fully stocked in Milan. We're going off track here, but neither of us have tried it. So we have no review. We love the eye brightener.
Yeah. And I love the brand as a whole.
Yeah.
So I'm so curious to see like how it's rated.
Yeah. So let's hear. What's the customer rating?
4 stars.
4 stars.
Nice.
Okay.
1.8K reviews.
Nice.
1.8K reviews. High-low reviews. Let's see. At this point, we expect people to like Rare Beauty products. Like I don't expect to hear like a negative review.
Yeah, me either.
5 star. Love. I give this product 5 stars because it is extra creamy, high coverage, and applies smoothly. The applicator is at a diagonal angle, which I love, and is easy to get into creases. Stays on for a very long time and is good with a good primer and setting spray. Definitely recommend.
Great.
Horrible. You get what you pay for. This concealer looks great for a few minutes until it emphasizes all the dryness and creates lines that I don't see.
What do we think? Is there zero skin prep happening there? I love how the last review was like, I skin prepped. Like she's almost like waiting for us to like critique her.
Right.
She's like,
to come back.
Skin prepped. And this one's like, did you skin prep though? So it's like we actually are going to ask that question. Did you skin prep?
You can't help but wonder, like what do you have underneath?
That? Yeah. It's a $22 concealer.
That's a deal.
Geez.
That is a deal.
Jeez.
We
do need to try this.
Is so affordably priced.
Rare. Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah, it's
and
good
you get
positioning.
such good quality for what you're paying for. It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love their price points. I think their price. I'm always shocked when I like add things to my cart. I'm like, oh, that's it?
All right, let's go to the next concealer. You ready?
I'm ready.
Kosas Revealer Super Creamy Concealer.
Okay, wait. So wait. I'm going to go first.
You go first.
Because I like this concealer.
Good.
I like working with it.
Okay.
Like I like the texture of it. I think it does give like really great coverage. Like every time I pull it out, just because like I'm like, oh, I should use this because it's been sitting here or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I really like this.
Good.
I don't know why I don't use it more. I always have that thought when I use it. That said, when I first got it, I had the wrong shade and it was really bad. And the foundations from the brand never seemed to have the right undertones for me. So this is what I was assuming is the brand you were talking about earlier. Is this the one with the undertones?
Yeah.
Okay.
The formula is nice. At one point I had all of them, and I actually had all of them in my makeup kit, and I took them all out.
Oh, wow.
Every single one is out of my kit. And the reason for that is because there's just not a good enough range of undertones. There's a range of shades that's very different, but the undertones are very difficult to find like the right ones. There's not enough neutral ones, and there's especially not enough cool ones, like cool undertones with like more of a pink, peachy hue to it. For the most part, they're all really yellow based, and that doesn't work for everyone. That's going to work for some people, but that's not going to work for everyone. And what really got me to is the shades. Like there was like 2 to 3, no, it was really only like 2 shades that were going to work best for my under eyes. They were all so yellow based. There was literally like putting a yellow, like your phone case. It was like putting bright yellow under my eyes, and it was just so obvious that I had yellow concealer under my eyes. And it's so funny because I see so many content creators on TikTok and Instagram, like all over the place, right? And they love their concealer. They love their Kosas concealer. And when they swipe it on, every time I say to myself, whoa, that's a yellow concealer.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really yellow for your skin. And they're like, you know, neutral complexion, maybe sometimes even like more on the cool side, like undertone wise. And they're putting this like straight up yellow concealer under their eyes, and it just looks like makeup. That's not going to melt into your undertone. And I just feel like there's not a broad enough range of neutral and cool undertones within that brand. Yeah. That bothered me a lot. And that just made it really hard for me to work with it in my makeup kit. But that aside, I didn't like the finish.
Oh, you didn't like the finish?
No, I just didn't. And I really did try. I tried to make it work. I put them all in my makeup kit.
Yeah.
Like I was so excited to have them all in my kit because I knew so many people loved it. It was going to be like a crowd pleaser. People would be like, oh yeah, you have like all the Kosas concealers in your kit. Took them all out. They're all out.
Oh, that's a bummer.
It is a bummer because I love makeup, and I love supporting brands, and I love supporting like female-owned brands, especially.
I know. I love Sheena. She's amazing.
So it hurts me. I really did. I tried a lot.
Yeah. Well, I like it.
No, that's good. I'm happy to hear that.
I like it. And but I do know what you're saying with the yellow. I experienced this with the foundation. Like I actually love the foundation as well. but I cannot
that foundation's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I cannot, in the foundation for some reason, find a shade that works on me.
Because they're too yellow?
They're too yellow.
Yeah.
The concealer, I did find a shade that works on me, but I see the yellow because I've seen it also with the foundations, right? So there is like a yellow undertone situation happening, but the actual formulas for me are beautiful. Okay, so what do we rate it?
I rate a 3.
You're gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3.5, mostly because it's not my go-to. What's the customer have to say?
4 stars.
4 stars from the customer.
I'm not surprised, yeah.
Okay. 3.7K reviews.
Wow.
3.7 thousand reviews.
That's a lot.
Well, that's because it's a viral product.
I mean, it is so viral.
Yeah, it's very, very popular.
Yeah.
Let's hear the positive review.
3 words. Best concealer ever. I love this so much. It's perfect for the summer to have that natural look. It's also amazing for winter for some fuller coverage. Always beautiful. 100% recommend and swear by this concealer.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Somebody loves,
that's good.
Loves. They love it. Okay. Let's hear something negative.
Not a good concealer. Hate this formula. Cakes up. Does not go on smooth. Would not recommend.
Okay.
Skin prep. I don't know. Using too much. I don't know. We'll never be able to know.
I mean, it's like one of the most popular concealers in a long time.
Yep. It totally is. I like the texture.
Yeah. I can see why you like the texture, totally. I just felt like it didn't give enough coverage. I just didn't like the coverage that it gave. The other thing is I didn't like the wear time. I felt like it didn't like perform throughout the day.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's like one of those that looked good initially, but just didn't have like the longevity to get you through the day.
All right, we are on to the last couple of concealers.
Ooh, should we guess which is number 2?
Well, I'm gonna assume because I haven't heard it yet, my fave is on there.
Yeah, I'm guessing that NARS is going to be number 1.
Yeah, that's my fave.
Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to be number 1. But
She just gave it away. I was trying not to tell you guys. I'm going to say that my NARS, my favorite NARS one is going to be on there. I think everybody could guess that one though. That one's been like the long-standing, forever favorite of so many people. We haven't seen anything from like Tarte or Too Faced.
Oh yeah,
like
Fenty. We haven't heard.
Oh
Fenty.
no, Fenty. Yeah,
Fenty's
that's
not
right.
been on this.
But isn't Shape Tape like one of the most popular concealers ever?
Yes.
So
Shape
we
Tape
haven't
has to
seen.
be on this.
We haven't heard any Shape Tape.
You're right. Okay, what's number 2?
What's number 2?
Too Faced Born This Way concealer.
Too Faced Born This Way concealer.
Listen, I haven't given it a shot.
You haven't?
I've only ever swatched it.
I used it when it first came out. I got it in PR.
Oh, nice.
And then I've never used it again. I remember thinking it was like too thick for me. It actually was very Shape Tape-like.
But it's supposed to be more hydrating from what I understand.
It is more hydrating. Yeah. It is more hydrating. But
it was like Shape Tape was like plaster.
That is true.
Liquid plaster.
That is true. I'm so surprised that Shape Tape's not on here unless it's number 1.
I am too.
It's just like not one of my go-to kind of brands. I think that's like the other thing. Like I think it's
I think that plays like a mental
like you just don't reach for it. You don't use it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really all it is. So I don't think either of us can really truly rate it.
No, I can't give it a fair rating at all.
Me
but
either.
I'm so curious why it's number 2.
Yeah,
so
let's hear what the customers have to say.
Yeah.
What's the rating?
It's like a touch over 4 stars.
Wow. A little
That's
bit
pretty
over
good.
4 stars.
Yeah, that's really
How
good.
many ratings?
4.4 thousand.
4.4 thousand ratings, and it's got a little more than 4 stars. Now I might have to revisit this one.
I know.
Too Faced.
Do I gotta go buy this? I have to go buy this.
How much does this cost?
$34.
Okay. What's it marketed as? Is it full coverage? Medium?
Full
coverage.
Okay. Like I said, I've heard really good things about it.
But man, that sounds like it's like not just a top seller. It sounds like it's like a top
really good
rated.
one. Yeah. Maybe we need to try it. A good.
I don't need
At
more
least I know they got
concealer.
their shades in check.
That is true.
So that's good.
Yeah, so maybe that's why they're there and Shape Tape is not. All right, so let's go to reviews, high-low.
Great coverage guaranteed. The first usage of this product was amazing. Great coverage granted 100%. Says to a person with really dark circles, worth the money.
Okay, so
I like that.
Circles.
I like that. That's good to hear.
Yeah, that is good to hear. What's the negative review?
Highly disappointed.
Oh.
This concealer creased really bad throughout the day. It made my under eyes look dry and rough, sort of like sandpaper. Like seriously, it enhanced every line.
Okay, skin prep.
Yeah, I was going to say skin prep too. That's exactly what that sounds like. Whenever you hear like it enhances every, like sandpaper, like that means that there
That means your
some
skin was sandpaper
exfoliation.
underneath. I'm sorry, not to be mean, but
to like when somebody says like it enhanced my lines, different.
Yes.
Because that means it might be sinking in. Skin prep could be a part of it. The amount you put on for sure makes a difference. But when you say it looks like sandpaper.
Yeah. What's your hydration level underneath that? Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Let's hear it. Number 1.
NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer.
NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. How long have I been using this? How long have you been using that one?
Almost my entire career.
Yeah, I've been using that since. That is a product that I bought because of some of the first makeup influencers I ever watched. Like, I want to say I watched like Tenny. Like, remember Tenny? Yeah. Like Tenny Panosian? Like, she like I used to watch her makeup videos all the time on YouTube, and I swear I used to watch her put that concealer on so much.
It was like the it concealer.
Yeah, and then I would watch like her and all the other ladies do that, and I was in. Yeah. And I remember, okay, here's the thing. I remember the first time I used it, say in my late 20s, I did not know skin prep for my under eyes especially, right? And so I remember the first time I used it, I thought, this is like really dry. Like, this doesn't feel like this does accentuate my lines and all that stuff. And I'm in my late 20s, so I don't have major lines at that point, right? It wasn't until later on, because I would continue buying it, or like it would get sent in PR. Like, it was sent in PR so often at that point because it was so popular. I know. At some point, it clicked for me. Like, it was one of those products where I had to use it several times, not like in the same month, like several times over the span of a couple of years for it to click for me. Yeah. And I say this because I've seen people in reviews and stuff say that they don't understand the hype. Yeah. Like, this does feel dry. I've been told that. Me too.
Yeah, a lot.
And I think it's because it's the right amount you have to use. You have to have the right skin prep. And if you do, it is the best concealer to work with. As a non-pro, and probably for a pro, it's one of my favorites. Like, it gives the proper amount of coverage. I don't need a lot of it. And it never looks dry and creasy on me.
Well,
and the shade.
How much time do we have? Because I have so many things to say about this concealer, because in my professional makeup kit, which is right over here, I have so many in my kit. It's one product that when I run low, especially if I run low of my favorite shades, which I have like quite a few favorite shades that are like ride or dies, like I can't live without them, I will restock them right away. Like, I will have backups, because if I run out, I'm just going to be really upset. And I'm not going to like love my work. I'm not going to have like a good time doing the makeup. That concealer is the best. Oh my gosh. How do I describe it? It's like indescribably amazing. But one thing I want to point out that may be surprising, and it's something that not many people would talk about, but as a pro makeup artist, is like someone who works on set and does a lot of touch-ups throughout the day. This is one of my #1 tools and products for touch-ups. And I'm talking like touching up after my client's makeup is set. It's like powdered, it's powdered down, it's primed, it's all the things it's done. Throughout the day, it's the one concealer that I can put on fully set makeup and it melts into the skin. It doesn't look patchy, it doesn't look cakey. It actually melts into already set makeup. That's huge. Like, that's unheard of. There's not one other concealer that I can do that with and it would actually melt into the skin. Yeah. So that's a big thing for me. I love it under the eyes.
I mean, I can confirm, by the way, as a producer, as a person who has watched NIKKI on set for years, work on models, she carries that concealer around with her as
in my
like,
set bag.
Like the models are like just on set, like their makeup's all done and everything. Yep. I see her pull that out to touch somebody up.
It's amazing. I'll even use like a touch of it to buff out like fine lines, like any creases that might happen like after lunch, like post lunch is always like, you know,
she's done this to me actually. Yeah.
I do it I get it around your nose, like all those things. It's just phenomenal. I also love it as an eyeshadow base. I love to prep my clients' eyelids with that product and then lightly set it. It is like nothing else. It really is. But especially under the eye, which is like the main place I use it and love it. There's nothing like it. It just works so well. It performs amazing. It lasts all day long. It's just, unless you use way too much of it, it's going to crease. And if you have really, really dry under eyes that you haven't properly prepped with moisture, it's going to crease and look cakey, but that's with any formula. This is like my no-fail go-to. And I get asked all the time, like I said, what do I recommend for concealer for if I have dry under eyes? And it's always that one. And then people will be like, well, no, I heard it's really dry under the eyes. I'm like, but have you tried it?
Yep.
And what's your skin prep like? Because you have to, if you have dry under eyes, you have to prep your skin no matter what concealer you're using. But this one is just amazing. Yeah. I think one other thing to point out too is it's a very flexible formula. You can get so much variety of finishes with it. You can either build it to be like super full coverage, like you can like pop that on and it sets down really nice, or you could just do a touch of it and blend it out and it's really, really natural. So I think when some people say like, oh, it's cakey under the eyes or it's creasy, well, you're just using too much for what you want or for your under eyes specifically. But I've used it before for like no makeup looks, which I do really, really often at work on sets. And it looks beautiful. It's like almost undetectable if you use a small amount. So the versatility you get with it, I think is just really unmatched. I think it's just solid on so many levels. Yeah.
Versatility. That's the word. That's the word. So what do we rate it?
Oh, I mean, I would give it like 10 stars.
Yeah,
if I
10
could.
stars for sure. It's the highest rating it's one of the, probably for any makeup product out there, it's going to be one of those products that I would probably give the highest rating to.
Yep.
And I would say it's been one of my longest holy grails ever when it comes to makeup.
Yep.
What do the customers have to say?
A touch over 4 stars.
A touch over 4 stars. I'll take, honestly, I would take that though, because
I think it should be at least 4.5, but
over 13,000 reviews.
13,000 reviews.
Wow.
Pretty good.
Wow.
Okay.
It's been around for a while, so
It has.
that's not surprising.
Yeah, high lows. Let's hit it. We both crossed our arms.
And that's serious time.
Tell us.
The best. Love. No creasing, easy application. Helps hide my genetic dark under eye circles. A bit pricey, but a little goes a long way.
A bit pricey. I don't know about that. It's pretty average.
$32.
Yeah. It's pretty average.
Yeah.
But that's not cheap.
No.
Do not buy if oily skin. I've heard too many amazing things about this, and honest to God, I hate it. I went to Sephora, and an employee recommended this to me. It's so dry and patchy. I even applied it with setting spray.
But didn't she say she was
oily skin? That is skin prep. That is a skin prep issue. If you truly think you have oily skin and then you're getting something that works dry on your skin, you're not prepping your skin.
Quite add up. Yeah.
That sounds like an oily skinned person who doesn't moisturize.
Yes, 100%.
We're gonna get all mad.
I know. Don't even talk about my favorite concealer.
We're biased. We're just not gonna listen to it. So anyway, okay. Top concealers, top selling concealers, not top rated, but top selling concealers. That was so much fun. I'm glad to see NARS is still the king.
Me too. I feel very validated. Yes,
for sure. If you guys have any questions or any comments, if you want to challenge anything that we said in the comments, definitely do so. We love it. And we're always down for a debate.
And I would love to hear which concealers do you not like from this list too? Like, do you agree with us on our opinions on the ones we did like? It's always fun to talk about makeup.
It definitely is.
Yeah, I can talk about makeup all day long.
And it's always so personal.
Yeah, it is.
There's no doubt about it. Yeah,
for sure.
You can find us both on social media at Makeup by Nikki LaRose.
That's me.
And at Susan Yara. And we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.